And welcome into another installment of Trust Matters, Real Estate and Estate Planning Solutions with Gateville Law Firm. They are located in Yorkville and online at gatevillelawfirm.com. And Sean Robertson is our guest, as always, for another segment. Sean, welcome in. How are we today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today, Mike?
Doing well. Today we are focusing on an avenue, an area that we haven't really touched on yet, specific to law enforcement officers and some of the things they have to keep in mind when it comes to estate planning and asset protection. What are we talking about here, and why is it, separate for law enforcement here?
Yeah, so, we have a decent amount of law enforcement officers, people that are retired or people that are current law enforcement, or maybe they work for the state. So kind of what we see is, some of their estate planning and asset protection issues are a little different. So that's kind of what caused me to talk about this topic today, Mike.
So what are some of the differences that are special for law enforcement?
Yeah, like, for example, a lot of them have pensions, number one. Number two, a lot of them are concerned about asset protection and people suing them in the line of their work. Maybe they supervise some people and, they're afraid of that liability that comes with their job. And other concern, too, a lot of times is privacy. A lot of times they may not want people to know where they live because, it could be a security or safety issue.
Plus, it's a dangerous job at times. I don't know if that plays into.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So what are some of the things that law enforcement officers should keep in mind if they're needing to do some estate planning?
Yeah. So, like, one of the things we do is, obviously, we talk to them about estate planning, and we talk about, risk management issues. We talk to them about retirement planning for, 401ks, Roth IRAs, pensions. But one of the key things we talk about is privacy and land trust for real estate. Maybe they own a house or maybe they own multiple properties, and maybe we don't want them to come up in a public search of county records. So this is one of the things that Illinois Land Trust can do to protect privacy and provide some additional asset protection.
Yeah, so in Illinois Land Trust, what are some of the things here that make that a good idea for a law enforcement officer?
Yeah, like, for example, when you title your home or real estate in the trust name, typically it comes up as like the Illinois Land Trust Company. That's number one, so your name is not part of the public record. Number two, you still retain control as a beneficiary, so you can sell, you can refinance, or manage your property. And so the privacy and asset protection benefits might kind of go along as a broader and more comprehensive estate and asset protection plan.
Yeah, you had mentioned liability and law enforcement wanting to protect their assets from potential liability issues. So what are some of the steps they can take there?
Yeah, some of the steps are, they can have an umbrella insurance policy, which, we don't do that, but insurance does. So that's one thing that it kind of provides them additional insurance and coverage other than homeowners or auto policies in case a lawsuit or claim exceeds the basic policies. So an umbrella coverage basically covers the buffer. Structure and ownership of assets. So whether it's through legal entities such as a land trust, revocable trust, LLCs, and again, that kind of helps to reduce some of the liability concerns. So these are just a couple steps that law enforcement can do to provide some additional protection for them.
So when you're talking about steps that need to be taken for a law enforcement officer if they want to beef up their protection, so to speak, what are some tips for them?
Yeah, so number one is, create or update an estate plan. So a lot of times it's using a revocable living trust, pour over will, durable powers of attorney for property and advanced health care. And that's in case something happens. So that gives you a good estate planning foundation. It's evaluating real estate and just kind of what your goal is. Most people that we talk to are most likely married, or maybe, they have a blended family, so we talk to them about those. So these are the kind of different things that we regularly talk to law enforcement about when it comes to estate planning and asset protection.
Well, law enforcement, they protect us. Now they can protect themselves, right?
Correct.
With some of these steps here. The tools are there. You can find out more through the folks at Gateville Law Firm. If you want to find out how you can protect yourself and your family with some special additional steps that you can take, contact Gateville Law Firm. They're in Yorkville. You can call 630-780-1034 or go online, gatevillelawfirm.com. Talk with Sean Robertson and his team. They can help you out. Thanks for listening to Trust Matters Real Estate and Estate Planning Solutions.